Introduction of Library of Congress, LOC. Library of Congress, the National Library of the United States and the largest library in the world. Its collection was growing at a rate of about 2 million items per year. It's reached more than 170 million items in 2020. The Library of Congress serves members, committees, and staff of the U.S. Congress, other government agencies, libraries throughout the country and the world, the scholars, researchers, artists, and scientists who use its resources. It is the national center for library service to the blind and physically handicapped, and it offers many concerts, lectures, and exhibitions for the general public.
The next is history or background information of Library of Congress. The Library of Congress was established by Congress on April 24, 1800 and was originally housed in the U.S. Capitol. Early in the year, 740 volumes were ordered from London bookseller Cable and Davids and shipped back to the new capital in 11 hair trunks and made case. By 1840, the collection had 3,000 volumes of law and parliamentary procedure. Sadly, the British used the book as kindling when they set fire to Capitol that year. Thomas Jefferson donated his personal library to Congress to help replace the lost collection. I don't know of any subject that a member of Congress would have cause to refer to, he said of his book in general. This equation elevated the library from minor legislative office to full-fledged national institution. The library's collection grew rapidly in 19th century, starting with Jefferson's 9,500 books. To be protected under amended copyright legislation of 1870. The library required 2 copies of each copyright books. The resulting deluge necessitated and separate structure, which opened in 1897. The Jefferson Building and main reading room opened a new era for the library. Maps, prints, music, and manuscripts were presented separately from books collection for the first time. The Adams and Madison buildings were constructed to accommodate the library growth on Capitol Hill. The library main reading room, inspired by the British Museum Library reading room, remained its main collection in 3 points. They can use the microfilm and electronic resources center and the main catalog, as well as get general orientation to the library and some of the 56,000 volumes in the main reading room reference collection. The library has many electronic resources to help with research. The Library of Congress online catalog lists its collection and public workstation throughout the library provided access to the electronic reference database. The next is Mission, Vision and Objective Library of Congress. The mission is about the Library of Congress mission is to engage, inspire and inform Congress and the American people with a universal and enduring source of knowledge and creativity. The vision is that all Americans are connected to the Library of Congress. The objective is to acquire, organize, preserve, secure and sustain for the present and future use of Congress and the nation a comprehensive record of American history and creativity and a universal collection of human knowledge.
Participation or membership from other bodies, countries, association or type of memberships of Library of Congress. Rider registration. Library research users, including computer catalog centers and copyright office public service users, must have a library issued rider identification card. The cards are free and can be obtained by registering and representing a valid driver's license, state ID, or passport. Researchers must be 16 or older to register. A rider ID card is good for 2 years while you cannot renew your rider's card online. You can present a valid government-issued ID such as a driver license or passport to a Library of Congress representative. Benefit in Library of Congress. Federal Benefit Plans. The Library of Congress Benefit Program is designed to help balance work and family life through comprehensive, competitive, and flexible benefit programs. The benefits include a health insurance programs that offer numerous medical plans options covering employees and eligible dependents, along with an employee contribution to premiums. Healthcare is provided through the largest group insurance program in the country. It also includes a leave policy that provides time off to take care of our personal and healthcare needs. There are 5 of benefits in Library of Congress. First is transit subsidy. Second, leave entertainment. Third is student loan repayment. Next is recollection expensive. And last one is flexible work arrangement.
The next video is about future planning of Library of Congress. There are 4 future planning of Library of Congress. The first future planning is to provide the United States Congress with information and innovation. Future planning 1 objective is to fulfill all congressional obligations to the point that Congress is confident in the library ability to meet those demands. To constantly meet or extend Congress need and expectation for legislative research, analysis and information service, to ensure that Congress is fully aware of the Library of Congress service and resources and have rapid and reliably access to them. Future planning 2. To gather, organize, preserve, secure and maintain a complete record of American history and creativity, as well as a universal collection of human knowledge for the present and future use of Congress and the nation. Future planning 2 objective. To build and maintain the library global collection in all format and language, acquiring them in the most timely and cost-effective manner possible through a copyright, donation, exchange, purchase and transfer to support the library mission. To ensure that the library physical and electronic collection are properly secure, to meet arrangement reduction objective, to offer operated timely and high quality bibliographic, intellectual and physical control for all the library collection in creative and effective manner, to ensure that the library collection are preserved for current and future use by employing appropriate preservation technique and technology, to lead the development, maintenance and dissemination both national and internationally of standard required for effective electronic interchange of document and bibliographic data, preservation and the theory and practice of catalog, to organize, preserve and make more usable the record of American creativity through copyright registration, deposit and recommend system. Future planning 3. To make the library collection as accessible as possible to Congress, the United States government at large and the general public. Future planning 3 objective. To be leader electronic outreach by contributing to the digital library that give board access to the library collection as well as link to other important publicly available material regardless of location or media. To make the library holding available both nationally and internationally through the use of digital technology reading and document delivery. To provide high quality service to users who contact the library via phone, mail or electronic method. To maintain high quality service to users of the library reading rooms, research area and collection. To increase aware and use the library special and foreign language collection and reading rooms. To maintain and improve high quality service to blind and physically disabled patrons. To develop and plan to extend the National Digital Library Program beyond the year 2000. The last future planning is to increase the quality of the creative work and intellectual activity obtained from the library basic resources by adding interpretive and pedagogical value, and to highlight the library importance to the nation well-being and future advancement. Future planning 4 objective. To encourage innovative scholarship in the library initiative collection, which include materials in foreign language and in special format. Through the national and worldwide copyright service exhibits, performance, publication, association, conference, colloquia and other interpretative events to raise awareness of the library and encourage a more comprehensive and varied use of its resources.
Points of view about the Organization Library of Congress. Problem. More digital materials in website. It is due to a lack of IT system in the Library of Congress, which limits the collection of additional material in digital formats. On the technological side, it is also planning for long-term storage requirement. It will be simpler for people to do bibliographic and catalog research during this outbreak. Next is the IT system are also at risk of infiltration. The libraries did not always test security, identify problems, or providing training in these cases. It will be flaws in technological security procedure that put the library system and information in danger. Last one is does not have an effective process for taking inventory of materials. According library officials, the library has about 6,500 computers in operation, but an inventory found that there are really 18,000 computers. It renders IT inoperable for anyone in conducting research and gathering materials. Recommendation: organizations should assume responsibility for all system operation in order to address IT issue. It's because the library technical problem appear to be impacting the other LOC agency, notably the United States Copyright Office. As a result, IT is unable to safeguard information or data from copyright violation.
This is conclusion of Library of Congress. At least the Library of Congress in the U.S. National Library, it is the oldest government cultural institution in the U.S. and research library for Congress. The library in House of Capitol Hill and at a convention center in Copper, Virginia. The Library of Congress is world's largest library. This includes study material from all over the world and in over 415 languages. According to its website, the library then bought Thomas Jefferson's personal library of 9,487 books and continued to add to it despite a fire in the Capitol chamber in 1851. Many of Jefferson's books and the collection were destroyed. After the American Civil War, the Library of Congress was established to replace lost material. In addition, the library received 2 copies of all copyright work and 2 copies of all printed material in the US. Finally, while the public can use the library for research, only high-ranking government officials and library staff can check out books and materials.
The introduction of Palm Oil's Information Online Service Palm Oilis. Palm Oilis is a Malaysian Palm Oils Board Online Database Service (MPOB). Foreign International Palm Oils Congress 1993 introduced this service in 1993. MPOB's major offering is palm oil certificate, information and knowledge. Palm Oilis is a knowledge site on palm oils and oil palm. It is now the board's information hub with palm oils and palm seeds as the shared platforms for researchers, industry and the public. It is a sustainable palm oil knowledge hub. Since the formal debut of its database service Palm Oilis, Palm Oil Information Online Service in 1993, the Malaysian Palm Oils Board (MPOB) has shifted its business focus. Other ancillary services enabled by developments in information and communication technology have been added since then ICT. It is now the board's information hub with Palm Oilis and Palm Seeds as the shared platform for researchers, industry and the public. Database includes oil palm journal article, book chapters, conference proceeding and other related references published by MPOB and other scholarly and learned publications. Study or background information of Palm Oil's Information Online Service Palm Oils. The oil palm has been cultivated in West Africa for over 5,000 years. There is evidence of palm oil has in a given terms illustrating the product's societal value. The Malaysian Palm Oils Board (MPOB) was established in 1998 by the Malaysian Palm Oils Board Act, which merged the Palm Oil Research Institute of Malaysia (PERIM) and the Palm Oil Registration and Licensing Authority (PORLA). The Malaysian Palm Oil Boards were formed on May 1, 2000. Mr. Yusof Basiran was the MPOB's first Director General. Muhammad Bakir Saleh, Managing Director of Sundari Plantation, has been appointed for a 2-year term starting July 31, 2018. The MPOB is funded by Palm Oil Industry Levies and government research money. Shahid bin Abdul Samad now chairs and Ku Yuan Mei directs. The MPOB maintains offices in Bandar Baru Bangi, China, Russia, Pakistan, and the United States, and Egypt, according to its official website. The MPOB require all palm oil producers to get a license. The organization conducts research, publishes development regulation and promotes the Malaysian palm oil industry. Palm oil production in Malaysia is overseen by the MPOB of planting to export. It published the Journal of Palm Oil Research. The MPOB also oversees the Tropical Peat Research Institute, which studies the effect of oil palm cultivation on peat soil. In 2012 and 2013, the MPOB focused on aiding smallholder palm oil growers by providing cash and supplementary services. Government subsidies is available to help smaller farmers compete with larger plantations. Mission, vision, and objective of Palm Oil Information Online Service Palm Oilers. Vision: to become a renowned information center on palm oil and its byproducts. Mission: to preserve the industrial heritage of the country relating to palm oils by enhancing the intellectual properties (IP) of the board and constantly strive to meet exceed the needs and expectations of our stakeholders. Objective: the objective of this study is to provide an overview of the palm oil industry in Malaysia, identifying the major players in the supply chains from the upstream producer to the customer and their organizational relationships and linkage in their effort in sustainable development of the industry.
Next, participation or membership from other bodies, countries, association or type of memberships of palm oilists. First, membership of palm oilists. Palm Oil Information Online Service offers two categories of memberships, namely individual and corporate, to members of the public and industry respectively. Members are entitled to various services, benefits, and privileges as online bibliography database via palm oilists. Members are entitled to various services, benefits, and privileges as online bibliography database via palm oilists, information resource facilities, current awareness, selective dissemination of information, which is SDI, free publications, and archives. Then, membership privileges. There has online access to R&D databases via palm oilists. Palm oilists hosts a wide range of specialized R&D databases on oil palm and palm oil users driven by the various divisions of PORIM. They are Palm Product, PORIM Test, Palm Stats, Violin, Test Client, PORIM Tech, and Palm Code. Next, product or services of palm oils. There has three product or services used by palm oil, such as resource library, subject strengths, and information services. Information services has 7 types, which is online search service, borrowing, interlibrary loans, reservations, photocopying, literature search, and current awareness SDI search. Benefits in palm oils. Firstly, the benefits that user can obtain from palm oils is the comprehensive information on the evolution of the palm oil industry in Malaysia. The Gallery of Palm Oilists focuses on the impact of research and development R&D on the agro-based and manufacturing industries associated with oil palm processing. Moreover, it also provides users a good flavor of the massive content of the palm oil industry, from a historical overview to comprehensive mock-ups of the processing facilities and the golden yellow belt. Then, each gallery of the website is organized with the purpose of stimulating users' interest in palm oil, from learning about its processes and finding its application to participating in business opportunities coming from its industry. In addition, the user will have opportunity to access the Palm Product Gallery database with the help of a search engine. For example, users can identify the product name and description, its ingredient, benefit and uses, manufacturer and distributor information, its country of origin, and much more.
Point of view about the organization Palm Oil Information Online Service. The board is appointed by the Plantation Industry and Commodities Minister. It is chaired by the Minister of Finance and includes representative of 3 ministers: Plantation Industry and Commodities, International Trade and Industry, and the Federal Land Development Authority. This includes research, program advisory, finance and development, tenders, establishment, and registration and licensing. The Director General is assisted by Deputy Director General, Research and Development and Operation Police. MPOB is divided into 8 parts, each headed by a director. A few of the divisions include biological research, engineering and processing research, advanced oleochemical technology, product development, research and advisory services. Future planning of Palm Oil Information Online Service Palm Oils. The idea of a digital plantation will soon become a reality as industry participants actively adopt 21st century plantation technologies. For example, developments in genomic-based technology have facilitated the development of new and proven breeding lines. Many genomic-based tests are available, including those from MPOB and Zabri. A similar outlook is expected from downstream businesses with the rest of the oleochemical and nutritional studies on palm oils. An oil palm oils business that meets global sustainability standards will be critical to the country's success. In reality, Malaysia was the first country to produce and export certified sustainable palm oil in 2008. Malaysia's commitment in the number of palm oil companies actively involved in RSPO and MSPO standards development. By 2020, all palm oil and derivatives produced in Malaysia will come from sustainable sources and practice. These methods support the government's vision of making Malaysia a developed nation with a high standard of living and innovation by 2050. There is still much to be done between now and then, since relevant infrastructure and technologies must be adopted and fitted to the current framework. We believe that with this new technology, the palm industry will remain viable and sustainable.
As a conclusion, Palm Oil List is a portal for information and knowledge which collects all the published data and information and repackage them into digital form on the internet via their Palm Oil's website. To sum it up briefly, Palm Oil List, an online database service that developed and hosted by the Malaysian Palm Oil Board, which is MPOB, which can assist and help the researcher to easily access and obtain the palm oil data, information and knowledge that are the strategic resources, the intellectual capital, and the main product of MPOB. Next, we talk about introduction of International Federation of Library Association and Institutions, which is IFLA. IFLA is the global voice of the library and information profession. It is leading international body representing the interests of library and information services and their users. IFLA provides a venue for librarians from all over the world to exchange ideas, promote international cooperation, unify library practices, and advance the cause of librarianship. IFLA was founded in 1927 as an independent, non-profit, and non-governmental organization. Members include associations, libraries, institutions, and individuals from 115 countries. The IFLA headquarters is located in The Hague at the Royal Library, the Netherlands National Library. The IFLA president represents IFLA and the global library and information profession globally. The president also leads the governing board and addresses the General Assembly at the annual IFLA Congress. Presidents of IFLA have been elected to 2-year terms since 2003. The IFLA Secretary General also leads the IFLA Secretariat in The Hague, Netherlands. The Secretary General is also responsible for the financial management of IFLA, its foundation and conference holding corporation in accordance with the General Assembly and governing board policies.
The next point is mission, vision, and objective of IFLA. The mission is to inspire, engage, enable, and connect the global library field. And the vision is a strong and united library field powering literate, informed, and participative societies. And the objective, number 1, to represent librarianship in matters of international interest. Number 2, to promote the continuing education of library personnel. And number 3, to develop, maintain, and promote guidelines for library service.
Next, membership of IFLA. There are 3 categories of membership and affiliation of IFLA. The main category is association, which are international, national associations, affiliates, and other associations. Secondly, institution, including institutional subunits, one-person library centers, and school libraries. And lastly, individuals, which are personal affiliate, student affiliate, new graduate, and non-salary.
Next is product or service of IFLA. On this page, we will find information about reference and information services. The future role of reference work and the quality of reference services are current concerns. Future research, discussion, and programming will include user-centered referral services, education, and staff referral services. Next, ethics and quality services, social media and mobile technology on information and referral services, digital reference collection, changing business model from publisher to reference information promotion and library marketing of visibility to services. It also provides a forum for information on the nature of references work around the world. To address references work in all types of libraries worldwide, the Reference and Information Services Division was created. The future role of reference work and the quality of reference services are current concerns. Next is benefit in IFLA. The IFLA World Library and Information Congress, which is WLIC, is the largest global gathering of librarians. WLIC will help us broaden our horizons and connect with peers globally. We'll discover we're not alone as we explore new areas, listen to inspiring speakers, and solve problems. WLIC regularly attracts thousands of participants from over 100 countries, ensuring a rich diversity of perspectives. We can bring back cutting-edge ideas to our workplace, share what we have learned with colleges, or implement new services to benefit the community we serve. Be part of a global discussion and realizing that we face many challenges that can make change happen together. In a full day, we can tour libraries and re-evaluate our own libraries or workplaces. Next is future planning of IFLA. IFLA Strategy 2019 to 2024. This year, IFLA turns 70. IFLA strengthened library ability to advocate for and deliver life-improving library and information services. We do this by bringing together the best librarians. This document is the result of a global dialogue with tens of thousands of librarians from 190 countries. The IFLA Governing Board approved it on April 12. So the IFLA Strategy 2019-2024 was written by librarians for librarians. It is intended to serve as a resource for IFLA professional units, headquarters, regional and language offices, as well as our membership and the library field at large. It should reorganize and realign our efforts. Our strategic direction highlights 4 areas of focus in development of mission. Is number 1, strengthen the global base of libraries, and number 2, inspire, enhance professional practice, number 3, connect and empower the field, and lastly, optimize our organization.
Next, point of views about IFLA. From our perspective, IFLA should keep promoting their official website via social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and so forth. It is because any organization or individual can easily access to information in order to promote long-term improvement in their communities around the world. Secondly, IFLA website should make special services to disabled users to make them easier to search the information that provided by IFLA. And lastly, we recommend that IFLA management should provide a staff live chat application in the official website to allow users to research the information quickly if users ask for help. As a conclusion, IFLA is the global voice of the library and information profession. In general, IFLA believes access to information empowers everyone, including those living in poverty, to exercise their political and socio-economic rights, be economically active, learn new skills, and hold their governments to account. As an organization concerned with the interests of over 1 billion registered library users worldwide, IFLA is committed to helping libraries implement development policies and deliver access to information in the community. To sum it up, we ensure the International Federation of Library Association and Institutions, which is IFLA, will ongoing access for future generations.
Introduction of International Federation of Bernama Library and Infolink Service. Bernama Library and Infolink Service is an information-rich and convenience research portal that provides access to news and significant information in Malaysia. From acronyms and achievements to sport record and speeches, from the market and industry trends to news report and government policies, BLIS will provide answer to your urgent research needs. This BLIS database includes news from Bernama New Wires under broad heading like domestic, economy, general, international, special feathers in English and Bahasa Melayu. Each of these submodules contains information from the year 1968 onwards. News content and press release in English and Bahasa Malaysia were achieved and made available 24 hours after they had been released through Bernama. This is the history or background of information in Bernama Library and Infolink Service. Mission, vision, and objective Bernama and Infolink Service. Mission. First, to produce and disseminate news and information in an accurate, speedy, fair, and objective manners in the national interest. Second, to mold and inform society in line with the News Malaysia. To enhance the standard of journalism in country by offering challenging and rewarding careers. Next, to use the latest technology in service delivery, and last one is to fulfill the needs of clients at all the time. Vision: to become a renowned news agency that is recognized internationally. Objective: complying and processing ready materials, news, and information, therefore it can be accessed by Bernama staff and BLIS clients.
The next is participation or membership from other bodies, country, association or types of membership of Plum International Federation of Bernama Library and Infoling Service. This bodies and country. Sabah will present its 6th edition to recognize meritorious semes in Malaysia, which will be distinguished award ceremony for the Premier de la Crime of Nation, SEMES and entrepreneurs. Sabah believers in thriving in the wave and rising in glory as a platform established by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs, giving the internal unrest that many firms have faced over the last 2 years. Now is the moment to rejoice. As a result, Sabah's theme for this year is Thriving the Wave, riding the wave with us and enjoy a lavish evening as we honor and celebrate the year's most remarkable SEMEs and entrepreneurs. The Ministry of Entrepreneurs Development and Cooperative Support Sabah Medik YB Tan Sri Datuk Sri Haji Nur Omar, Minister of Medik, will be guest of honour at this recognition. The next is product or service of Bernama Library and Infoling Service. Initially, InfoLips News was only available to government and private companies, as well as students, on limited basis. After realizing the collection importance to Malaysia, InfoLips News began offering in via Infoling in April 1986. After its international launch in October 2001, it was updated in May 2008 and again in July 2017. Embassies, government agency and corporation from Malaysia are among the subscribers. This is an electronic library with easy global access to Malaysia news and information. It is run by two companies, InfoLips News for internal user and database and Corporate Information Division for external clients. In addition to individual sources, Bernama News and Berita Harian provided content for the modules. Aside from magazine and the internet yearly report and other alternative sources of information are used double-check fact. Currently, it has 5,1902 223 articles. Information provider whose research sectoral report data bank, fact and figure, dictionary and calendar of event are among these 12 modules. Next is benefit in Bernama Library and Infoling Service. This Bernama's news report, statistics, speech, sectorial report and fact file are integrated with historical news from major newspapers to provide a comprehensive collection of information for analysis and critical assessment of cooperation, policy and trends. These are some of benefits of this. First is Bernama News, second is Achievement News, the third is Forgotten News, the fourth is Info Provided, the fifth is Who's, the sixth is Dishes, the seventh is Statistical Report, the eighth is Data Bank, the ninth is Fact and Figure, the 10th is Dictionary, and the 11th is Calendar of Event. Next is Future Planning of Bernama Library and Infoling Service. Currently, the article is digested, title, subject, author, date, newspaper, category, and product, and made available through Bliss. Bernama receives daily news in text format via FTP from the News Straits Times and Utusan Malaysia 1997 and present. Thanks to this facility agreement, Bernama can focus on digesting the million of news clipping compiled by subject file. Digitizing collection will help preserve our writing national heritage. Due to digitalization, user will be able to search collection quickly, efficiently, and exhaustively from everywhere and anytime. It was difficult for InfoLips News to make our collection available online, which include the Bernama News and news from our major publishers daily. We are now managing and organizing the nation, the digital heritage for future generations.
Points of view about the organization Bernama Library and Infoling Service. First, no button for accessibility. There is no button for viewers' accessibility in Bernama. It's difficult to obtain further information for the knowledge, and there's no way to locate answer to frequently asked questions. Second, no live chat or responsibility person in charge. There is no live chat with creators and personnel who are responsible for guiding users around their website. Instead, we must send an email to the administrator and wait for their response. It is difficult for anyone, particularly undergraduates and certain employees, to discover any information on their website. Recommendation. Organizations should handle the modules properly so that any information may be found more easy. It is because it's tough for this business to locate a button via which consumer may contact the person in charge in order to obtain what they want. Furthermore, when people visit the website, the information system should show of any guidelines. Conclusion of International Federation of Bernama Library and Infolink Service. As previously, Bernama Library and Infolink Service is an information-rich and user-friendly research site that gives access to news and important information in Malaysia. However, it must give more convenience and all of the features that customers expect from a website. Furthermore, it appears that no one is maintaining this Bliss site and that no system that should be up to date have been updated. Finally, Bliss must keep their materials up to date and identify where newcomers should go for the instruction.